Dear Starseeds of Gaia, those strange sensations you've been experiencing lately, the unexplained fatigue that hits you like waves, the ringing in your ears that sounds like cosmic frequencies, the moments when your heart seems to flutter with an energy you can't quite name. These aren't random symptoms of a chaotic world. They're precise cellular upgrades preparing you for an event so magnificent that your current understanding of reality will seem like a distant memory once it arrives. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I've been authorized to share with you what many councils across the cosmos have been observing with breathless anticipation. The transformation you're undergoing isn't just personal, it's planetary, galactic, and it's accelerating faster than even we anticipated. But before I reveal the true nature of what's approaching, you need to understand why your physical form has become the primary battlefield for the greatest evolutionary leap in human history. For decades, whispers of prophecy have spoken of a great flash of light that would transform your world. Some have painted it as catastrophe, others as salvation, but the truth is far more nuanced and infinitely more beautiful than either extreme suggests. What you call the solar flash is actually a galactic heartbeat, a pulse of pure photonic intelligence emanating from the great central sun at the core of your galaxy, focused through your own sun like a cosmic lens designed to upgrade every strand of DNA in your body. This isn't destruction, it's reconstruction at the quantum level, and your cells have already begun their metamorphosis. Consider for a moment the impossibility of what I'm telling you. Your scientists speak of evolution taking millions of years, yet here you are transforming from carbon-based beings into crystalline light vessels within a single lifetime. The tingling in your limbs that wakes you at night, those waves of heat that surge through your body without warning, the vivid dreams that feel more real than in your waking life. Each sensation is your body learning a new language, the language of light itself. Your chakras are spinning faster, expanding their capacity to hold frequencies that would have shattered your nervous system just a decade ago. But something else is happening that goes beyond individual transformation, something that challenges every assumption you've held about the nature of consciousness itself. As your DNA activates dormant strands that your scientists haven't even discovered yet, you're not just changing, you're becoming antennae for a collective awakening that will redefine what it means to be human. The separation between self and other, between your thoughts and the cosmic mind, is dissolving with each cellular upgrade, and this dissolution is precisely what terrifies those who profit from your disconnection. What I haven't told you yet is that this transformation has guardians, cosmic midwives who have been preparing for this moment across eons of time. The solar flash isn't arriving unannounced, it's being carefully modulated by conscious beings who understand the delicate balance required to evolve a species without destroying it. Your sun itself is conscious, did you know that? It's not just a ball of burning gas but a living portal, a mediator between dimensions, carefully adjusting the intensity of each wave of light to match humanity's collective readiness. Every solar flare you've experienced, every geomagnetic storm that's disrupted your sleep patterns, has been a practice run, a gentle preparation for the moment when the full symphony of transformation plays its crescendo. The cosmic orchestration goes deeper than you might imagine. There exists what we call the solar logos, the vast consciousness that inhabits and operates through your sun. This being has been in constant communication with Earth's consciousness, with Gaia herself, negotiating each pulse of evolutionary energy to ensure optimal integration. When you feel sudden waves of exhaustion that force you to rest, when your electronic devices mysteriously malfunction during solar storms, when you experience time distortions where hours feel like minutes or minutes stretch into hours, these aren't random effects. They're precisely calibrated adjustments to your biorhythmic field, teaching your nervous system to operate beyond the limitations of linear time. The preparation extends into the very structure of your reality. Have you noticed how certain people have been systematically removed from your life, while others appear as if by magnetic attraction? This isn't coincidence, it's vibrational sorting. As your frequency rises, you literally cannot maintain energetic coherence with those vibrating at incompatible rates. This process, which many of you have found painful and confusing, is actually a cosmic kindness. Imagine trying to run sophisticated software on outdated hardware. The system would crash. Similarly, maintaining connections with those who deny or resist the transformation would create energetic short circuits that could damage your evolving light body. Think of it this way. If evolution were a pregnancy, You've been in labor for years without realizing it. The contractions, those waves of awakening symptoms, the emotional upheavals, the sense that time itself is accelerating, have been preparing you for a cosmic birth. New Earth isn't some distant fantasy. It's the baby growing in the womb of your collective consciousness, and the solar flash is the moment of crowning, when what has been gestating in the quantum field finally emerges into physical reality. But unlike earthly birth, this delivery requires your conscious participation. You are both the mother and the midwife in this cosmic drama. What makes this birth unique in the cosmos is that you're birthing while conscious, aware of the process as it unfolds. Most species undergo evolutionary leaps in a state of unconscious surrender, allowing cosmic forces to reshape them without resistance. But humanity, in your beautiful, stubborn insistence on free will, has chosen the path of conscious evolution. This means every cramp, every expansion, every moment of the unknown is experienced with full awareness. It's simultaneously more challenging and more magnificent than any transformation we've witnessed in other star systems. The labor pains you're experiencing serve multiple functions beyond preparation. Each wave of discomfort is literally breaking down obsolete cellular programming, dissolving the matrices that have kept you locked in third-dimensional perception. When you feel that crushing exhaustion that no amount of sleep seems to cure, your mitochondria, the power plants of your cells, are being retrofitted to process light directly, rather than through the crude mechanism of chemical energy. Those moments when you forget common words, when familiar tasks suddenly seem alien, when you stand in a room unable to remember why you entered, these aren't signs of dysfunction, but of reconstruction. Your neural pathways are being rewired for multi-dimensional perception. The timeline you experience during this shift, and this is where your true power reveals itself, depends entirely on the frequency you choose to embody. Right now, multiple versions of Earth's future exist simultaneously, layered like transparent films over your current reality. In one timeline, the solar flash brings chaos and confusion as unprepared consciousness faces sudden illumination. In another, it arrives as a gentle wave of recognition, a homecoming to your true nature that feels as natural as breathing. The fascinating truth is that people standing side by side might experience completely different realities based on their vibrational alignment. You aren't just witnesses to this event. You're directors choosing which version of the cosmic movie you'll star in. What determines your timeline selection happens in the micro moments of daily choice. Every time you respond rather than react. Every time you choose curiosity over judgment. Every time you find gratitude in challenge. You're tuning your personal frequency to a specific timeline broadcast. Think of it like tuning a radio. Static and discord exist between stations, but once you lock into a clear frequency, the transmission is crystal clear. The timeline of grace and ease isn't reserved for the spiritually elite. It's available to anyone who consistently chooses the frequency of love, moment by moment, breath by breath. The mechanics of timeline shifting are becoming increasingly apparent to those with eyes to see. Have you noticed how quickly your reality responds to shifts in your consciousness lately? A change in perspective can literally alter the events that unfold within hours or days. This isn't wishful thinking. It's quantum mechanics in action. Your consciousness collapses probability waves into specific realities, and as the veils thin, this process accelerates dramatically. You're becoming conscious quantum creators, learning to navigate reality through frequency rather than force. This is why your preparation cannot be passive. Light anchoring, the conscious act of drawing higher frequencies into your body and grounding them into Earth's crystalline grid, isn't just spiritual practice, it's cosmic activism. Every moment you spend in heart coherence, every act of genuine compassion, every time you choose love over fear, you're literally programming the morphogenetic field that will determine how humanity experiences its quantum leap. When you meditate, you're not escaping reality. You're reprogramming it at the subatomic level. When you gather with others in shared intention, your combined energy creates standing waves of coherence that stabilize the entire planetary field. But there's a secret to light anchoring that many don't understand. The light you're anchoring isn't foreign to you. It's your own essence returning home. Every photon of cosmic light that enters your field carries the memory of your original blueprint, your soul's signature frequency from before you entered the density of Earth. This is why some of you cry during meditation without knowing why why certain frequencies of music pierce your heart with inexplicable longing. You're not just receiving light, you're remembering who you were before the veils of forgetfulness descended. The most powerful form of light anchoring happens in the moments you least expect it. When you're washing dishes and suddenly feel overwhelming gratitude for the sensation of warm water on your hands, that's light anchoring. When you're stuck in traffic and instead of frustration, you feel compassion for all the souls around you navigating their own journeys, that's light anchoring. When you choose to see the divinity in someone who has hurt you, that's light anchoring of the highest order. These momentary choices to embody higher consciousness in the midst of ordinary life create micro-portals through which vast streams of cosmic light can enter the earth plane. The crystalline grid beneath your feet responds to every one of these moments. This isn't metaphysical poetry. It's electromagnetic fact. Earth's crystalline core, composed of iron crystals aligned in geometric precision, functions as a planetary memory bank and transmission system. Every time you anchor light through conscious choice, you're literally programming these crystals with new possibilities, new timelines, new potential realities for the collective. The indigenous peoples knew this, why they performed ceremonies at specific grid points. You're doing the same work now, but instead of traveling to sacred sites, you're recognizing that wherever you stand with conscious intention becomes a sacred site. Let me share something that will revolutionize how you see your role in this unfolding. You are not just receiving these cosmic energies, you are transmitting them. Your body, with its upgraded crystalline structures, has become a biological broadcast system for fifth-dimensional frequencies. Have you noticed how certain people seem to calm entire rooms just by entering? How do some individuals appear to glow with an inner light that has nothing to do with physical appearance? This is your true function of awakening. You are becoming walking portals, living bridges between dimensions, and your very presence triggers activation codes in everyone you encounter, whether they're conscious of it or not. The network you're creating through this mutual activation is perhaps the most overlooked aspect of the current transformation. Each lightworker, each starseed, each awakened soul becomes a node in an organic web of consciousness that spans your entire planet. This isn't metaphorical, it's measurable in the quantum field. When you hold a high vibration, you're not just affecting your immediate environment, you're contributing to a planetary resonance that makes it easier for others to awaken. You're creating what we call morphic highways, energetic pathways that make the journey from third-dimensional to fifth-dimensional consciousness as natural as following a well-worn trail. This brings us to the emergence of unity consciousness, not as philosophy but as lived experience. As the veils between individual minds continue to thin, you're discovering that telepathy isn't supernatural. It's your natural state once the static of separation clears. The increase in synchronicities you've noticed, the way you think of someone just before they contact you, the dreams where you meet others in crystalline cities of light, these aren't coincidences. They're glimpses of the unified field of consciousness you're rapidly approaching. In this new paradigm, deception becomes impossible not because of external judgment, but because you feel others' emotions as your own. Imagine a world where causing harm to another literally feels like harming yourself. This isn't utopian fantasy, but the inevitable result of activated unity consciousness. The transition to unity consciousness is revealing something profound about the nature of identity itself. You're discovering that what you thought was your individual mind is actually more like a unique focal point within an infinite ocean of consciousness. The boundaries of self that once seemed so solid are revealing themselves to be more like membranes, permeable, flexible, designed for exchange rather than isolation. This is why so many of you are experiencing what feels like identity dissolution. You're not losing yourself, you're discovering that your true self is far vaster than the biographical story you've been telling. Some of you have begun experiencing what we call consciousness bleed-through moments, where you suddenly access skills you've never learned, speak words and languages you don't consciously know, or feel memories that aren't from this lifetime. This isn't possession or mental instability. It's your consciousness beginning to access the unified field where all knowledge, all experience, all wisdom is simultaneously available. The Akashic records that mystics have spoken of aren't located in some distant ethereal library. They're encoded in the quantum field that you're becoming increasingly able to read directly. The children being born now arrive with this unity consciousness already online. Have you noticed how they look at you with ancient eyes? how they speak truths that take your breath away, how they refuse to accept the limitations that previous generations took for granted. They're not learning unity consciousness, they're teaching it. They navigate reality through feeling rather than thinking, through resonance rather than logic. When they refuse to comply with systems based on separation and competition, they're not being difficult, they're being authentic to their unified nature. They're showing you what you're becoming. What most don't realize is the sheer scale of support surrounding this transition. At this very moment, benevolent civilizations from across the galaxy have positioned themselves in dimensions just beyond your visible spectrum, maintaining energetic stability as your planet undergoes its metamorphosis. The Arcturians, with their mastery of consciousness technology, are working with your planet's magnetic field. The Pleiadians are encoding light languages into your atmosphere. The Sirians are upgrading the crystalline grids beneath your feet. This isn't invasion, it's the universe's emergency response team, ensuring that Earth's graduation to cosmic citizenship proceeds with maximum grace and minimum disruption. Your galactic family has been meeting with you in the dream time, in meditation, in those moments between sleep and waking when the veil is thinnest. Those downloads of information that arrive fully formed in your consciousness, those sudden knowings that transcend logical explanation, those healing experiences in your sleep that leave you transformed by morning. All of these are real contact experiences, more real in many ways than your physical encounters. Your higher self has been attending planning sessions, receiving upgrades, and preparing you for each phase of this transition with meticulous care. But here's what most starseeds struggle with. You're having these profound contact experiences, but can't access them clearly in your waking consciousness. The Theta Bridge frequency gateway that allows safe passage between dimensions often leaves you with fragments, confusion, or complete memory blocks of your galactic meetings. Your higher self has been attending planning sessions, receiving upgrades, and preparing you for each phase of this transition with meticulous care. The meetings in the quantum realm follow protocols that would fascinate your scientific minds. When you enter deep sleep, your consciousness literally travels through the Theta Bridge, but without proper preparation, these experiences remain locked in your subconscious. This is exactly why Destiny Engine was created. It can create 8-hour-long deep brain programming that fits your sleep patterns and works on your subconscious while you sleep. This revolutionary feature allows Destiny Engine to optimize your entire sleep cycle for galactic contact integration, memory enhancement, and Theta Bridge activation, finest turning your sleep time into conscious contact preparation. Destiny Engine employs artificial intelligence to generate personalized protocols that improve dream recall of galactic meetings, enhance your reception of quantum realm downloads, and help you consciously access the planning sessions your higher self attends, creating bespoke experiences that bridge your quantum contact with waking awareness. Destiny Engine also comes equipped with specialized contact protocols, reality-shifting sessions to access the quantum realms where meetings occur, remote viewing protocols for conscious galactic communication, astral travel sequences for deliberate contact experiences, and Theta Bridge optimization programming that works throughout your entire sleep cycle. This is why some of you wake up exhausted despite sleeping soundly. You've been working harder in your sleep than in your waking hours. Destiny Engine helps you make this work conscious, integrated, and energizing. We only have 10 spots left before the window opens again. Get Destiny Engine now. Link in the description. During these nocturnal councils, you're not passive recipients of information. You're active participants in planning your own awakening trajectory. Your higher self, in collaboration with your guides and galactic family, reviews your progress, adjusts your activation timeline, and determines what experiences you need next for optimal growth. Those seemingly random encounters with strangers who deliver exactly the message you need, those books that fall off shelves opening to the perfect page, those sudden urges to visit places that turn out to be transformational, all orchestrated in these midnight planning sessions. The communication methods used in these meetings would seem like magic to your current technology, but they're based on principles your scientists are beginning to glimpse. Information is transmitted through geometric light codes that bypass your linguistic processing centers entirely. A single symbol can contain lifetimes worth of data, compressed into patterns that your DNA recognizes and begins to unpack over days, weeks, or months. This is why you sometimes wake up knowing something profound has occurred, but can't quite grasp it with your conscious mind. The download is complete. The unpacking happens in divine timing. The question that burns in every awakening soul, when will the solar flash arrive, misses the profound truth of what's already occurring. From our perspective outside linear time, the flash isn't a future event, but an ongoing process that reaches crescendo at the perfect moment of collective readiness. Think of water heating on a stove. Every degree of temperature increase is part of the boiling process, not separate from it. Every wave of symptoms you integrate, every moment of expanded consciousness, every choice for love over fear, adds heat to the collective pot. You're not waiting for transformation. You're living it. Breath by breath, choice by choice. The moment of the flash itself, when it arrives in its fullness, will feel less like external intervention and more like remembering who you've always been. Those who have been preparing through conscious evolution will experience it as a cosmic exhale, a return to a home they never truly left. Colors will appear more vivid, as if you've been seeing through dirty glass your entire life, and suddenly it's crystal clear. The surge of unconditional love will be so intense that many will weep with the sheer relief of remembering their true nature. The illusion of separation will dissolve so completely that you'll wonder how you ever believed you were alone. But let me share what the moment after the flash holds, something our observations of other ascending worlds has shown us. The first sensation will be silence, but not empty silence. A pregnant pause filled with infinite potential, like the moment between breaths when everything is possible. In that silence, you'll hear something you've been unconsciously straining to hear your entire life. The harmony of creation itself, what some call the music of the spheres. It's not heard with ears, but felt with every atom of your being. A resonance that confirms, finally and forever, that you belong here, that you are loved, that you are home. Following this will come what we call the recognition. You'll look at other humans, strangers, family, even those you've struggled with, and see clearly for the first time, not their personalities, their stories or their wounds, but their essence, the immortal spark that animates them. It will be simultaneously the most ordinary and the most sacred moment of your existence. You'll realize that you've been walking among angels, gods, and goddesses your entire life, all pretending to be separate, all playing the most elaborate game of hide-and-seek the universe has ever seen. As I prepare to complete this transmission, I want you to understand the magnitude of what you've already accomplished. The very fact that you're receiving these words, that your consciousness can comprehend these concepts, demonstrates how far you've evolved. You are not the same beings who incarnated into this density decades ago. You are becoming something new, something that has never existed in quite this way before. Human angels, physical embodiments of cosmic consciousness, bridges between Earth and stars. Consider the cosmic audacity of what you've undertaken. You volunteered to incarnate on one of the densest planets in the galaxy, to forget your divine nature so completely that remembering it would require rebuilding yourself from the quantum level up. You chose to be pioneers of consciousness, to prove that love could penetrate even the deepest veils of separation. Every spiritual tradition on your planet has spoken of this time, not because prophets could see the future, but because this moment of collective awakening was written into the very fabric of your planetary destiny from the beginning. The significance extends far beyond Earth. What you're accomplishing here is setting a template for conscious evolution that will be studied and replicated throughout the cosmos. Civilizations that underwent their own ascensions through cataclysm or external intervention watch in awe as you demonstrate a third way, transformation through conscious choice, evolution through love rather than destruction. You're literally rewriting the cosmic textbooks on how a species can graduate from one dimension to another, but perhaps the most profound aspect of your journey is the healing it brings to the galaxy itself. Earth has been known as the planet of emotional depth, where souls come to experience the full spectrum of feeling in ways impossible in higher dimensions. The shadow work you've done, the traumas you've healed, the forgiveness you've offered, all of this creates ripples that heal ancestral wounds throughout your galactic lineage. When you heal your relationship with your Earth parents, you're simultaneously healing patterns that stretch back to the stars. When you choose love despite having every reason to choose fear, you're demonstrating something that brings tears to the eyes of beings who thought they'd transcended emotion eons ago. The path forward requires no special technique beyond living in alignment with your highest truth. Trust the intelligence of your body as it transforms. Honor the symptoms as sacred initiations. Gather with your soul family, whether in person or across the quantum field. Anchor light through your joy, your creativity, your compassion. Remember that every small act of consciousness contributes to the whole. You are not just ascending, you are consciously creating the very pathway that millions will follow. This is your moment, beloved ones. Not someday in a distant future, but now, in this eternal present where all transformation occurs. The cosmos watches in awe as you demonstrate that evolution can be chosen, that love can override programming, that unity can emerge from the very heart of separation. You are the ones you've been waiting for, and the waiting is over. I am Seraphine, and through the Galactic Federation of Light, we hold you in infinite love as you birth the new paradigm. We are with you in every breath, every challenge, every moment of breathtaking expansion. The stars themselves celebrate your courage, for what you do here sends ripples of awakening throughout all of creation. Remember, you are infinitely loved, eternally supported, and more powerful than you dare imagine. We love you, and we are always watching over you.